I hope Stacey doesn't hate me after this. That guy's a dick.
Puts a line
got any
through
more cancellations? No.
What then?
I'm booked up for the rest of my life.
Right.
Let's go, Pat. Pat on the cam.
How did you always know? Wait, I'm starting again because I want it to sound. I don't like stuttering on them, even though I'm not in it.
I
It's
chopped
the
him
stuff.
out last time.
Yeah,
Your stutters.
I do stutter. I'm an introvert. As an introvert, what tips would you give me in terms of putting myself out there in being surrounded by the right circles?
That's hard. That's hard, isn't it? I'm not an introvert, so it's tough.
But that's like,
That's
like, how would you become not an introvert? Like, I'm gonna reword it. As an introverted person, what recommendations would you give me to be able to put myself out there and meet the right people?
Stop caring about other people's opinions of yourself, probably. First of all, that's number one. Stop caring about too much about what other people are going to think about you. To put yourself in situations that'll make you grow as a person. Like, if you want to become better at something, or you want to get more of something, but you're too scared of what other people are going to think about you to do it, then you're going to spend your life not knowing, just waiting. So, being an introverted person, you said, say it again.
So, being an introvert, what tips would you give me to kind of put myself out there and meet the right people?
Yeah, stop caring about other people's opinions and put yourself in the right kind of situations, the right kind of rooms, and surround yourself with the right sort of people. I said it last time, but social media is massive, right? You can pretty much see what most people are up to majority of the time, and you can try and, like, if you want to become fitter and healthier, you can hang around in the gym and start hanging around healthier people. If you want to become a better tattoo artist, for example, don't hang around in a pet shop, hang around in a tattoo shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So put yourself in the right kind of circle. So if you want to be more, I take it you want to be more extrovert, then you want to be more outgoing and more confident. You need to try and surround yourself with outgoing and confident people, because you'll become the same as the people you surround yourself with.
The average of the 5 people you surround yourself with.
100%. Would you say you're on average of the 5 people you surround yourself with at the minute?
I'm improving my circle.
Good answer.
Since starting work though, I don't think I'm an introvert.
I don't think you're an introvert anymore at all. I just think you're an awkward extrovert.
yeah. I think I'm an awkward extrovert. That's a good one.
You use it very well to your advantage.
I'm useless.
You're not useless, far from it.
No Riz, no Huz. But what's a day-to-day life look like for Jack Fletcher?
Ooh, sick. Right, so I don't eat until usually say about 12, 1 o'clock-ish, most days on a normal day. I've eaten today actually, so I sound like a hypocrite, but if I didn't eat I'd probably faint. But on a usual day, so I wake up about 6, wake up in the morning, spend my time getting ready. Usually while I'm getting ready I'll have like an audio book on, something that's I want to try and learn within the first 20 minutes, half an hour of the day, so I'll have something that I can listen to. I don't do very well reading. I can read, but I can't read physical books because I get bored. So I'll listen to something, whether it's podcast, audio book, something like that. Get ready for work, head to the office usually about 7:30, 7:45. I've already set up the day from the night the previous before, so I've already got my list of things to do for that day on my emails. Make a point every morning as well when I get in the office to go around every single person individually. You'll probably see me do that. I go around every person individually every day, have a bit of a chat with them, bit of a high five. So that's the morning. Afternoon, afternoon, have my lunch, meal preps. So limits the amount of time I have to. Well, I don't ever have to think about what I've got to eat because I've already got it ready, and I just ping it in a microwave, eat it quickly. Then when I leave work, if I'm not recording any content or anything, I leave the office about 5, half 5. Get home. When I get home, I've got an hour and a half every night with no phone. So my phone goes away, and I spoke with Stacey earlier about this, right? I give my daughter an hour and a half every night of 100% focus with no external distractions. And some people are only an hour and a half, but the amount of people that I know that give the kids a full day's worth of 20% of attention because they're sat scrolling on TikTok or playing Farmville or whatever bullshit people do. The kids aren't getting any of that, so I'd rather give her an hour and a half Monday to Friday of undevoted attention, and then give her a bath. She gets in bed. Then I go to the gym at about 7:45. I'll train till 9:15. Get home, eat again, do a bit of work, whether that's something to do with A to B, something to do with say less, or something to do with my own content. Go sleep about 12 and then repeat the process again. So that's my day.
Such a short sleeping time.
I function best on about 6 hours. Anything above that, I'm fucked. Anything below that, I'm even more fucked. I functioned though with my neck. When I had the surgery on my neck though, before that, I functioned on like 3 hours of sleep for like nearly 12 months. Which took its toll probably on my body quite a bit, but definitely took a toll on my wrinkles and stress lines and that. But bar that, like, I didn't function well then, but now I'd say between 5 and 6 hours is what I function best on.
100%.
Thank you.
Which is funny because you said 1%, not 100. But anyway, you said about books and podcasts. Like, what are you listening to now? What are you reading now, and what are you listening to now?
So over the past 5 months, I've been reading a lot of books about branding and how to grow either a personal brand, clothing, any kind of brand. So if you're trying to, it's helped me realise that you try and you create a movement, and it's something I've always done subconsciously without thinking. I think I'm pretty good at creating a brand and an ethos and an environment, especially with like other businesses that I've run and created. A to B, like people saw A to B as something, they didn't just see it as a sales company, it was like a lifestyle, which is what you're trying to do when you're building a brand, which is just kind of reinforced that for me. So there's one that I'm actually enjoying, is How to Build a Story Brand, that's what it's called. I can't remember who that's by, I'll check in a sec. And then the Chris Williamson ones as well, the podcast wise, that's all I seem to listen to at the minute. It's like that's drawing me to, he's got good guests, like really good guests, but at the same time as well, like I do like to learn from it, because I look and think, if I can sort of set that as my standard for over the next 5 years, where I want the quality of these videos to be, then world's my oyster, do you know what I mean? And yeah. I'm better looking than him.
You said about the lifestyle at A to B. I've only been there, I've been there 3 and a bit weeks.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been there like already for such a long time, because you've created such a...
You fitted straight in though. You were like, everybody loves you already. So.
But that wasn't down to like me just fitting in. It was down to the environment you've kind of created with the people you've hired as well.
I appreciate that.
So I enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
But
you're good at what you do as well, though.
I appreciate
Very good
that.
at what you do.
Thank you. What is what's a book that's impacted you the most?
It's Relentless by Tim Grover. No matter, I've recommended this to like any person. I think Joe read it. Actually, yeah. It's like basically Tim Grover is coached like Michael Jordan, all Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, like all high performing. They're just basketballers, but he's coached high performing athletes, and it's like basically says it's like it's about showing up on the days that you don't want to show up. That's more important. That's why I don't miss a day at the gym. Like even today, I've been this morning. I usually train at night, but I've been this morning. It's about showing up every single day. There's no such thing as a bad session or whatever. And I don't think the thing with the gym and training and stuff like that, it's not just about the fitness side of it. It's about showing that you're actually dedicated and you can stick to something consistently. I feel like my world's falling apart if I don't go. And then like, I get agitated and restless, and that's when Ellie looks at me and says, "You're doing my fucking head in, just go. I'd rather you go and then come back and be a bit normal, because you're acting like a weirdo now, like you're all on edge." So I don't have days off, but yeah, Relentless by Tim Grover, I can't recommend that enough. Such a great book, and it basically separates people. You got coolers, who are like normal day-to-day people, closers, which are like above average, and then cleaners, who are the ones who just clean up. They're the ones that are like, they'll sacrifice anything to be the best of the best. And it's about, some of it, obviously, the majority of it is about becoming obsessed and being obsessed with what you do. But I do think that there's a lot you can take away from like a cleaner's mindset. Like, I wouldn't take all of it, but majority of it. Like, you don't get to the standard of Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or Dwayne Wade by giving 50% or 60%. You give 100% every single time, no matter what you're doing, and turning up.
Yeah. If you were a basketballer,
Yeah.
where would you be? You'd be at the top. Who would you be?
Who?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Because he's like the best of the best.
He's the best of the best, yeah. I played basketball, you know.
Yeah, what are you, like 6'3"?
Yeah.
I'd play basketball at 6'3". I'm 5'10".
No, I played for years. I played for Blackpool for years. Yeah.
Were you the top?
I wasn't the best. No.
Alright, well,
I was alright.
taking part that counts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. I give it my all though. I trained every day.
That's the most important thing though, isn't it? Putting everything into it.
Yeah,
And
but that's
believing.
like, we had this conversation slightly earlier as well. It's like addictive personality as well. It's like become obsessed with something, but that's why it can be dangerous because you can become obsessed with the wrong sort of things instead of becoming obsessed with the right sort of thing.
Talking about being obsessed with things, like, is there anything that you're obsessed with in the past that maybe wasn't too good, but you've been able to turn it around and now you've changed your life pretty much?
Yeah. Drinking.
And you're
Like-
sober now?
I am 4 months and what's the date today? 4 months and 3 days. Bosh.
That's
Chat
impressive.
to me. Yeah, it's. But now I've become obsessed with the fact that I've been sober for that long that I'm like, right, I'll do 6 months. I'm gonna do 6 months. Like, fuck it, I'll do a year. It's like, right, let's do 5. Let's do 10. Fuck it, let's do forever.
That's the crazy thing though, isn't it? You're in competition with yourself to see
Yeah,
how long
that's
you can
why.
go.
Yeah, and I feel like I think in the past when I've tried to quit like bad habits and so on, I was constantly telling people all the time, "Oh, I've not done this for this long. I've not done that for that long." Whereas with this, unless people ask me, if someone asks me, I'll then tell them. But I'm not constantly going that way because I feel like when you know that you're going to fall back into old ways, you have to constantly seek that reassurance from people to say like, "Oh, by the way, like I've not done this for so long," and blah blah blah. Whereas this time it's more of an internal battle of me, as if to say like, if you do it, you're a fucking loser. And
Yeah.
I'm not a loser, so I'm not gonna do it.
No, that's such a real thing though. Like that, it's just like you want to just push it. You don't want to break it because you know you can go further.
Yeah, like I said, my life's got 10 times better from not doing it in every aspect. Like I'm more productive. I've got a better relationship with my friends, my family. Like I'm more present in anything I do. I remember a lot more. I remember 10 times more. So I feel like I've got a superpower now. It's mad. This is class. I don't even feel like I felt like you've tattooed me once throughout this whole thing.
What are you currently obsessed with?
Creating valuable content. That is literally like from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. That's what I'm working on constantly. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I've still got my core stuff that has to be done for the business, for A to B and stuff like that. But I'm either thinking of new ideas and jotting new ideas down, or adding things to like my mind map, thinking right, that's a new idea for the content, or a new angle I could go in for, or a new like target audience that I want to relate to. But I said it before. It's like I want to be the person, right, that I didn't have growing up. Because nowadays, right, people will turn to the likes of social media to look for role models if they don't have a role model in their life, and I never had one. So I want people to look at me and think, no matter how bad of a start you sort of think you've had, it's not the end of the world. So I'm trying to make sure that everything I'm putting out there is of value. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I do a pretty good job of it at the minute. I think it's valuable content that I'm putting out. I'm not just filling people's news feeds up with bullshit and negative crap. So I think if I can, when I carry on making sure that the content I'm putting out is valuable and relatable to people and they know that they can achieve more, that's what I'm obsessed with now. And that then, in theory, helps me a lot because I want to keep developing and getting better as a person. So I'm still constantly working on myself because I want to make sure that I can give back better to people that are watching. So yeah, I've become obsessed with creating content and bettering myself.
How do you think you were able to like get to where you are now without a role model in your life?
I don't believe in luck. I won't say it's luck.
Looks not really. You worked hard.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that. Do you know what? Right, and that's the Like, there's a lot of people that I speak to, especially now, like people who reach out to me and ask me for advice and stuff. Hard work outbeats talent every single time, right? So I've never been a good businessman, really, but I've always worked harder than good businessmen. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not stupid the way I work, though. It's like, I do think that as long as there's structure to your hard work, it'll outbeat talent every single time. So don't just work hard for no reason. Like, don't dig a hole with a spoon, because it'll still be quicker with a spade. Do you know what I mean? Just because you're digging really hard with a spoon, it'll still take you longer. But make structure part of the process with your hard work as well. So plan it out and make sure that everything you're doing correlates with like your end goal. Like you said before about me becoming obsessed. People are like, oh, all you do is work, all you do is like. But I'm like, well, yeah, obviously that's that's how you want to be successful. That's how you want to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say it's not luck. It's just fucking hard fucking work, mate.
Oh, definitely. You can see it though, like when you're in the office and stuff, can't you? And you're being consistent with your content, like you know it's hard work.
Very, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like sometimes there are, well, all the time, the sacrifices you gotta make. Like there's times when I get home from work and like my daughter's already asleep and I've not seen her and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that people don't see, and that's the stuff that like hits hard. Do you know what I mean? Because you think, fuck, I've like missed one day of her growing up or whatever. But everything that you do, you've got to have your North Star and your reason why you're doing it. You've got to be doing it for one reason. If you're just working hard just to be a dickhead for no reason, you don't actually have a goal. Go and spend time with your kids, go and spend time with your family. But if you're doing it to make sure that they've got a life that you never really experienced growing up, I want to make sure she doesn't want for anything, but I want to make sure that she understands what's right and wrong and has the right morals and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty tough. No, speaking it out loud. Yeah.
It's so much easier to look in than it is to like actually see what's going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like everyone will look and they'll like compare to what you've got, but they don't realise the actual hard work you put into it.
People say to me all the time, yeah, it's easy now because you don't have to do anything with your business. And I'm like, yeah, but what about the fucking 3 years that I didn't have a pot to piss in, couldn't rub 2 quids together if my life depended on it? I had a baby that had just been born, asking for handouts off every fucking person I knew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the side that people don't see, and people just see it now as, like now they think, oh yeah, well it's a Friday and everyone's in your office working and you're sat getting tattooed. I'm like, yeah, but I work 7 days a week for fucking ages. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I want to take a Friday off, sorry if you're watching, but it's quite impossible. I'm going to take a fucking Friday off.
But that's what you've built, isn't it? It's like through hard work again. It's
Yeah.
you've done it.
But I still feel guilty today about it.
Yeah, but you're reaping the benefits of something you've
Yeah.
built after, what is it, 3 years?
Yeah,
So it's
nearly 3 years.
It's crazy.
See the tattoo after the tattoo. Have you ever done a time lapse on a tattoo?
No.
That'd be
Today's the
sick.
day. We could film this and then whack. Oh no, you've already started, haven't you? Though. Like me. Give me a second to think.
You don't want me with that, do you?
No.
Oh,
So you don't drink anymore. And you
drink
don't,
water and that.
which is good for you. I love water.
Yeah.
But what do you do now for fun?
I got asked this the other day in the gym. Right? I go to the gym. That is it.
That's like the best.
Exercise. That's the only. No, not. I find this stuff that I do though. This is my fun. Like creating the content, researching the content, all that. That's the stuff I find fun.
Yeah.
Reading. I know sounds sad, but like I don't. But it's not sad though because I don't find watching football fun anymore, or I don't find. What do you do? What do other people do for fun? What do you do for fun?
I mean, I like to build and try and self-improve.
Yeah, see
Like,
that's
one
yeah.
thing I found was people that have hobbies, and when they do have hobbies, they're not stuff that like, you want to win, don't you?
They're not hobbies they can monetize. You mean?
Not even monetize. It's just they'll look. It's just different. Everyone's different.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I think self-improvement is like one of the best hobbies you could have.
Yeah.
If you like the gym, if you enjoy that, that's such a bonus because you're not just forcing yourself to go. You're enjoying going.
Yeah.
But that's part of building, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think you know what? Every time it's like in my spare time, I'll still be working on something. And the other bit of spare time I get, that's spent being a dad. Do you know what I mean? Spending time with Ellie and Sunday. I always just speak about Sunday as well, but like I need to be a partner as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
trying to spend quality time, which is hard as well, because it's hard not just being mum and dad, being a normal parent, but being a busy, scattergun fucking freak that I am. It's probably very hard for Ellie a lot of the time, and she has to just sort of deal with like the crazy ideas and the like. We had the back room done, and then now the back room's full of clothes and stuff, and she's like, well, that was a waste of time. Whereas like a few years ago, the back room was just full to the ceiling of like American sweets and crisps, and with another business I had, so it's like she has to just sort of come along for the ride, really.
What's the importance of being with someone that supports you?
Everything, I'd say.
How does she support you?
She don't. She gets that that she does a lot. You know what I mean? She does a lot for our daughter. She does a lot for me, and she knows that I'm not always as like not as cut and dry as like you go to work at this time, you finish work at this time, you're home at this time. She makes adjustments every day to make sure our life can be as normal as possible without having any structure, really. I do give her enough credit, but I probably don't give her enough credit than what she deserves, because she's probably fall apart without having her there, do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because she's like the backbone of our family, really. I'm the monkey and she's the organ grinder, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, she makes sure that everything at home ticks and carries on as normal whilst I'm here, there and everywhere.
I had something about like the end.
My
Like,
arse is dead.
she'll reap the benefits towards the end. It's a sacrifice now, but
we've had like a thing though since I was like 14, so she's never been interested in being with me she fancied me when I was like stick thin and smoke weed every day, do you know what I mean? So I don't think...
fancies you to the end.
Yeah, and mate, she used to stay at my house when I was like 14, 15, when I didn't have a door because I kicked it off. I used to have like a throw that you put on your bed, this crap like Indian style throw, and I just like nailed it to the door frame. So she don't care about the outcome. She's always been supportive of me though, so she's part of the journey though. It's not just like she's not there just waiting for an outcome. She's part of... But I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now if I didn't get with her. Because when I first got with her, like, my life was a mess. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's the one that sort of gave me like the kick up the arse a bit that I probably needed. But I've never really thought about that actually. Yeah.
Part of the sacrifice now, though, of what you're going through will be worth it in the long run.
Oh yeah.
When you're living up large, Miami, boat.
That sounds like fucking hell. I want to be in the middle of nowhere with no one around me.
Little small village.
Yeah, something like that. A little
Big farmhouse, some horses.
That's more like it. Not horses, they scare the shit out of me.
Pony.
No, not pigs or something like that.
Breakfast sorted.
Chicken and eggs. No, bacon and eggs.
Yeah, need the chickens too. What task are you getting right now?
Painful.
Fletcher and Julie Caesar and all that.
She basically, well, that's sick though. She snuck into where he was staying, rolled in a carpet, because her brother was going to kill her, I believe. Well, her brother wanted to overthrow her, and she like joined forces with him to take back over Egypt.
Crazy. Is there any like kind of historic figures you kind of look up to, other than Julius Caesar and Cleopatra? You look like a Viking.
Thank you.
What was that? What?
That's not purposely. I'm going for Conor McGregor.
Poundland Conor McGregor.
Thank you. No, the Alexander the Great one's a sick one. I've got him involved. Well, he's going down here, but obviously I've got him involved in the clothing brand as well. Like he's on the hoodies that we're releasing. To conquer the world by 22, that's fucking...
That's kind of mad.
Mate, most 22-year-olds I know can't do their own washing.
Yeah, I think I was just about doing my own washing at 22. Wasn't anywhere close to
I'll let you
taking
know the
the world.
secret. I don't do my own washing. Ellie does it. But yeah, most 22-year-old. I know it's a completely different dynamic nowadays, but to be 22 years old and conquer the entire majority of the known world, you've got to be built some form of different. You've got to be fucking wild. You know what I mean?
Above the 1%.
Yeah, mate.
Was that like 0.01%?
0.5 maybe.
Yeah, something crazy.
Sick. I don't even. Looks like a picture.
I know, that's mad, that, by the way.
It's
That,
wild, that, isn't it?
yeah. Like, when I think about the stuff I could maybe smash up on a piece of paper.
Yeah, but you're not a tattoo artist, Pat.
Yeah, I know, but that's just mad.
Who is it? Darwin. No, is it Darwin? Or is it Einstein? Where you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it'll spend its entire life thinking it's stupid. So you're comparing yourself to someone who's a tattoo
Yeah,
artist.
true. That is true. But that's so good.
That is insane. Wow. That bit tickles. Hit me with it, Pat.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Can I be funny with it, do you reckon?
Yeah.
My granddad said, never put your finger where you won't put your dick. Black coffee.
Black coffee. What's one habit that changed your life?
Waking up earlier.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Blackpool.
Interesting. Where do you live now?
Blackpool.
Nice. What's your favourite productivity hack?
Ooh, favourite productivity hack. Put your phone or any other external distractions away from you for a set period of time.
Who is your biggest inspiration in business?
Richard Branson.
What's one thing people don't know about you?
I was born a woman. No, I'm joking.
That's going to hit the wrong community.
I don't know. One thing people don't know about me. I had long hair past my nipples growing up.
Born a woman.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the first thing you do every morning?
Put a podcast on or an audiobook straight away, probably within the first 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Walk to the bathroom with my phone and put one on.
What's your go-to way to unwind after a long day?
The gym.
Interesting way to unwind.
Yeah.
If you could start over, what would you do differently?
Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
Learn a lot, don't you, from...
From failing and being a fuck up. Yeah.
How do you handle failure and how do you handle rejection?
Failure, you just got to dissect it and find out the reasons to why it's failed and then try again. You can keep failing and failing and failing until you get it right. And then rejection, unless it's something you care about, fuck 'em, doesn't really matter.
What's your favourite book or podcast?
Book is Relentless by Tim Grover.
What's one trait every successful business owner should have?
Become obsessed.
What's the biggest misconception about being a business owner?
That you've got loads of liquid cash just sat in your bank and everything's dead easy.
What motivates you to keep going?
My daughter.
If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
But this?
No, like, if you weren't an entrepreneur, didn't own A to B and weren't doing your own thing, where would you be now?
A primary school teacher.
A rewarding job.
Yeah.
How do you stay focused and avoid distractions?
Routine.
What's one skill that you think everyone should learn?
Financial literacy.
I write that down in my notepad. I think I need to learn that. If you could give one piece of advice to someone starting out, what would it be?
Don't give up when you're tired, give up when you're done.
Don't give up when you're tired, give up when you're done.
Yeah. So how
I
many
like
times
that.
do you start something and then you think, oh, I'm knackered, I'm going to go to bed and I'll pick it back up tomorrow?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
don't
good.
do that, because it probably won't get done.
Do you know what I mean, though? It's like, imagine how much more funny you'd be if you do all these...
You are funny, though.
Yeah, but funnier. It'd be funnier. 7. I appreciate that, though. It's such a good compliment, that being funny. But right, you ready for some more questions?
Go for it, brother.
How do you balance ambition with maintaining good mental health?
I had this conversation, right, with a lad in the gym the other day, and it's controversial though, so I don't know, like, but I was the most depressed when I didn't have a meaning, and I felt like I didn't really have a purpose. And now, I engross myself in my work and everything I'm doing that much, to the point where I'm that exhausted at night, I don't feel like I have time to be down or depressed. So, I think whenever, like, the times when I listen to other people, it's like, you need to chill out a bit, you need to take your foot off the gas. I took my foot off the gas, chilled out, and got really low, started drinking more, because I was doing what other people were telling me to do. But I'm not saying that would work for everybody, but for me, the way that I overcome, like, the pressures of society and feeling depressed and so on is just by engrossing myself in what I do that much that I don't have time to think about anything else.
That's kind of similar to how I think a lot of people nowadays, they don't have like hobbies, they just sit at home. And then
Social
they
media is
yeah.
some people's hobby, like TikTok.
Get them into a rut though. You sit at home, you're only going to feel a certain sort of way. But if you've got no hobbies,
Hobbies.
yeah, but
You've got no hobbies or pastimes or something you're passionate about.
yeah, you need something you're passionate about. So I think like feel better.
It's the car analogy, like saying it. Otherwise, you're waking up every day and it's the equivalent of getting in a car without a destination and driving for the sake of it. You're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Just drive around and you just get stuck in the same routine day in, day out.
What's the hardest lesson you've had to learn as a business owner?
Hardest lesson you've had to learn. People think, like, this is one thing that's mad, probably falls into what you said before as well. Like, everyone thinks it's like sunshine, rainbows and like this amazing thing. But the pressure of the fact that, like, if you're working in a job in a 9 to 5, yeah, you've always got the worry that you could lose your job, yeah. So you worry about your family, whereas I've now got 30 staff that I know on a personal level. I know the partners, I know the kids. I've got my family to worry about, and I've also got the fact that I know all these people and I know well that I need to make sure this works because they've got a life and they've got a family to support, and that becomes my responsibility at the same time as well.
It's quite a lot of responsibility,
Let's go, baby.
especially at 28. It's like
Yeah,
crazy, isn't it?
I look old, don't I?
No, no. This is funny. This pose.
I know, I forgot about how. Do I look camp?
Yeah.
I look like that emoji, don't I?
It's like, do I look camp?
Flick.
If you could change one thing about your industry, what would it be?
About the industry?
Yeah.
Sales in general or merchant services in sales?
Sales.
Sleazy. I think the fact that the majority of salespeople are seen as sleazy and scumbags because that's what they used to be like, whereas there's still a lot of sleazy scumbag salespeople that don't take the time to actually master the craft and get better at it. They just lie through the teeth to try and get quick cash, whereas they spent the time to actually work on developing and honing the skill. Prime example here, like, you could be a shit tattoo artist and you could just earn quick money telling people you're a good tattooist, do a shit tattoo, take the money and run. Or you can actually work on it, become a really good one and charge more and then earn more money in the long run. So if people actually mastered the skill at sales, got better at it, it wouldn't have a negative stigma around it because you're trying to solve customers' problems with your solution basically. Whereas what most people are trying to do is just sell. If you start problem solving, you'll sell more. Yeah. So yeah, I don't want it to look like a sleazy. I always used what's it called? Summit Wormwood, Matilda's dad. What's his name?
Matilda's dad.
Matilda's dad, yeah. Like, he's like the guy that I imagine when people say salesman, like sleazy, clogs cars.
Yeah.
Whereas realistically, it shouldn't be. It should be like a problem solver.
It's funny when you like this, and basically like, it's like the example I got here. Good tattoo artist.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
How do you define success in life, and has that definition changed over time?
Yeah, definitely. I used to think success means driving a foreign car or wearing a Rolex or bullshit. You know what I mean? That's what I thought success was, or big gold chains and bullshit. Whereas realistically, to be successful in my eyes now is to feel fulfilled and go to bed every day knowing that you made a difference, really. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, if you said to me today you could change 30 people's lives every day, or you could have a Rolex every day, you'd go for the change 30 people's lives, because over the period of time you've made a difference, a massive difference. That's what I want to do. I want to try and make a difference, opposed to, I don't give a fuck as much about, it sounds like a hypocrite because I'm wearing one, but like, I don't, that to me now is like a bit of an ick. So I wear 2 watches. People take a piss at me for that though.
But you've like achieved that, you've done that yourself, like, and you're still changing people's lives every day.
Trying.
Look, I feel like a better person working A to B. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have got that job if you didn't reply. Like,
If you didn't send me that video, which was sick, which was the best job application I've ever had in my life. So
yeah, might get better. Oh, what do you think changed that definition for you? How do you think you realised that material things weren't it, and kind of?
So there was a time when I was like dead low, and I was in it was actually speaking to someone, like seeing I've got like a therapist. That sounds quite weird, though, therapist. It sounds crazy. But I see someone now, which for years I was always told, oh, you need to speak to someone. Until I actually wanted to do it, I never did it. And then I was on my way to Manchester, and I was in like one of them Mercedes Sprinters, like really nice van, like going to a nice restaurant for tea and stuff, and I just felt this like empty feeling that I've never experienced. It was like champagne problems sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Where it's a bit like, oh god, you were in this really nice car, but you were feeling down. But it's like, the reason why I was feeling down was because I didn't feel fulfilled in what I was doing. I didn't feel like I was giving anything back or achieving anything. And I got out of the van and I just felt like I wanted the world to swallow me up. So I rang him and I was talking to him, and he calmed me down a bit. But that was like a turning point where I thought, this sort of bullshit don't mean anything. It's like, I want to feel fulfilled every day. I don't want to just feel like I'm existing. Whereas I feel like, yeah, you're existing in a nice way, but I wanted to feel like I was actually living, not just surviving or whatever.
Yeah, there's that saying, isn't it? It's like, they say you live 2 lives. You only realise the second one. I can't remember the saying.
You only start living.
When you realise you only have one.
Yeah.
What do you think holds most people back from achieving their potential?
Being scared about what other people think about them for going for it. Definitely. That's massive for me. Like, people worry too much about what other people think about them. Like, to try something. Do you know what I mean? It's too scared to look silly in front of other people, but who cares, right? I literally couldn't care less.
Especially the younger generation now. Social media is kind of like ruined it a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, 'cause it's full of people that are fucking liars.
Yeah.
Pretending to be something they're not. Forex traders.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, follow me and earn 10 grand a month. It's like, you never seen 10 grand a month, man. You bought a camera and a laptop. You're in 2.5 grand's debt from buying a camera and a laptop, and now you're posting bullshit online.
Yeah.
So that's like, I want to try and validate as much as what I've done, so people think, actually, he does kind of know what he's talking about. So you don't just think I'm some dickhead chatting shit.
Yeah. You can back it.
You can back it, bro.
You've got the receipts. Do you know what I mean though? Like, you've got the business, you've got the nice things, you've got a family, house, you got the stuff to back it, to prove it.
Yeah, that's real. It makes me feel well uncomfortable hearing shit like that.
It's real though, it's like
Yeah.
real stuff. You did it as well, it's like do you know what I mean? How do you deal with self-doubt or imposter syndrome?
Struggle with imposters like that. That was a perfect example. Imposter syndrome. Still deal with it now every day. It's like, doesn't feel I don't know, very weird. Like, I always try and play it down all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
I think that's my coping mechanism though, like play it down like, oh yeah, but it's only this, or yeah, it's only that.
It's like when I say, oh, you got A and you've got like 30 stuff, you're like, yeah, but, you know, got my office.
Yeah. I don't know, I'll let you know once I've
When you
found
deal
it.
with it.
I think most people though will deal with imposter syndrome at some point in time, especially when they get good at something, because they probably feel like they shouldn't, I don't know, they're always waiting for someone to be better than them or whatever, I don't know. Tough one that. I don't know how I deal with it. I probably don't deal with it at all very well, just play it down constantly.
We'll
Try
come
and
back to
downplay
that
it.
one time
Yeah.
when you like, when you know.
I think it's saying you're like 40 like next year.
What's the legacy you want to leave behind through your work?
Just gonna put that down. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Just what I don't know. I say all the time as well. Like I want people to be able to genuinely say that they've had value from knowing. Like, I won't even say my work. Like I just want to say from knowing me. Like I don't want people to just be like when you die, like oh yeah, he was a nice guy, paid his bills on time.
That's the tax man.
Yeah, he was great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'd rather people say like, oh yeah, he's helped me with this, or he's helped me with that, or he's made an impact with this, or I wouldn't have been able to do this without that. Which sometimes probably does backfire, because I do give some people a lot of time that probably don't want it or need it. And I'm quite harsh on a lot of people as well, to be fair, because I want everyone to do well. But not everyone's got the same mind, and that's something I need to work on myself as well, because someone's like, oh, I'm thinking of starting this business. And I'm like, right, okay, let's fucking get a mind mapped out. You know what I mean? It's like shouting at them and like, oh, I'm never starting a business ever again. So I probably need to give people a bit of time.
People need that push though.
Yeah, there's a push, and then there's like borderline kidnap, which is what I kind of do. Do you know what I mean?
I'd rather be kidnapped than not try at all, to be honest.
Get in the van, Pat.
We're gonna go start a business. We've got businesses in the van. Alright, I'll come. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I said this last time, didn't I? Nothing. Just do exactly everything you did. You'll learn all the life lessons that you probably most people learn over a lifetime in about 10 years. So do all the stupid shit that you're going to do. Probably just save a bit more money though. Don't be as frivolous with the money. Like,
I think some people...
buy Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
If we go back 10 years, buy Bitcoin. Sell your mum's house and buy Bitcoin.
Mum, the house on the market. Comes back from work or something. I think the thing is though, some people are on that path or they're not on that path. So where you might not need to go back and tell yourself anything different.
Yeah.
Some
But I don't
people-
know. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't go back and tell myself personally anything different. But I don't know. You'd ask some people this question, and they'd probably go back and change a lot of things. But me personally, I've learnt a lesson. I try. Like I said it last time. I try and not fall over the same rock twice. Like if I make a mistake, I'll try and only make it once. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I'm only
Yeah.
human though. I've made a lot of mistakes quite a few times over, but majority of the time I'll try and make that mistake once and then not make myself like an idiot by doing it again.
You learn the biggest lessons though from the mistakes you make.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing. How would you ever learn if you didn't make mistakes?
You won't.
What do you think is the most important mindset shift for someone trying to improve their life?
It's probably the same as what I said before with the stop caring about what other people think. Like, when I stopped, I try to act a certain way to impress people that don't give a fuck about me and I don't give a fuck about them. So why do I care about what these people think about me? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you want to start a clothing brand, start a fucking clothing brand, post about your clothing brand, model your clothes. If you want to, don't know, be a dancer, start dancing, post videos online. If you want to post videos online dancing, I don't know, just do whatever you want to do. But if you spend your entire life worrying about what other people are going to think about you, you're going to get to your deathbed and you'll think, why didn't I just fucking at least try?
100%.
And then what'll happen is you'll be that busy and you'll have that much going on that you won't give a fuck about the hate you're getting from it anyway.
Imagine being on your deathbed knowing you could have done something different.
That's what I say all the time. I say that's my biggest fear in life is lying there and thinking I could have given more. I live my life giving like 30%. That's what scares me. That's why I try not to take my foot off the gas.
Yeah. That's the questions.
Bosh. Very good questions,
They
old
were
pal. Say less.